Empowering shot Sri Lankan rugby, and there they are, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise.
Here we go, game number 3 here from Colombo. It's going to be the hosts Sri Lanka taking on Hong Kong. Sri Lanka, the big improvers over the last couple of years. They couldn't really get themselves off the wooden spoon for 2 seasons, and they find themselves here in 5th position after winning the plate twice. They won it in Hong Kong. They won it in Korea. And Hong Kong, well, they made the Cup semi-finals, at least in Korea, before going down to Kazakhstan, 26 points to 14, and then losing to China in the 3rd-4th playoff, 31 points to 10. Welcome to the viewers across Hong Kong, across the world. There's Mr. Hashimoto, our referee from Japan. And if you're watching from Sri Lanka, well, come on, jump in a tuk-tuk and get down here.
Also Sri Lanka.
Look out for number 7, Dulani. She has scored 10 tries in the series. She is the danger mouse, the danger weapon for the Sri Lankans. She's only trailing Honoka Susumi from Japan on the try-scoring stakes. Here goes Natasha Olsen-Thorne. Sri Lanka will be well aware of what she's capable of. Chosfold fishes that one out, and they give it a bit of air now. Really touch for Melody Lee, a player who impressed in Hong Kong. Trying to go quick is Jessica Ho, up to the halfway.
Marcus!
Comes though on the Sri Lankan side, and a chance for them. Weathered the first couple of phases from Hong Kong, weren't really troubled. Here she goes, Dulani. And look at that, 3 Hong Kong players assemble to squish any ambition she might have. Here goes Olsen-Thorne. She looks up, she knows one way, and that is just power. And there we get a rear offload from Olsen-Thorne. Chosfold fires one out to Melody Lee. Look at these nice passes as well. It's Chan. Gets taken in a bit of an aggressive tackle there. Chosfold again gets one off the bounce, off the grass. Jessica Ho gets the nice bounce. Chosfold again, she's all over the place, and that one just slightly in front of Nam Karman. She wasn't really coming onto that full steam, was she? But good start to Hong Kong. Sorry, that's Chan Chi-Ting.
Just get the sensation that Hong Kong's really almost getting to know each other through the course of this series. There's a batch of young players have come through. And certainly the leads, it's been led by the likes of number 3, Melody Lee. Also, so look through there. Number 6, Sham is also a player of note.
Crouch.
Olsen-Thorne, well,
Very
much the bedrock of this Hong Kong women's
Set.
7 squad.
Under their posts, here comes Sri Lanka. Dulani, she'll look to get on the outside here of Chong Ka-Yan, who's no slouch herself. Good tracking inside defence there from Chosfold. Gets penalised. Bit of a high tackle, says Hashimoto. There's no margin for sympathy in the high tackles. What a battle we've got out there with Dulani. 6 tries in Korea 2 weeks ago, 4 tries in Hong Kong. And we saw from 3 years ago, we could see that she was a talent that just needed to get the ball more. Now they know better how to play to their strengths.
Well, it's going to be an interesting tussle out there with Chong Ka-Yan. She is a devilish defender. Makes a lot of tackles and is pretty aggressive over the ball for a small frame. She is a tiger in defence.
Here we go, looking to get on the outside here. Realises that Olsen-Thorne had got the trigonometry done and was going to shut her out. Thanuja up to the 10. Good tackle from Kwong.
To there.
Just happy to swing it along the passes. Dulani there loses that one. Almost unforced error there. Jessica Ho tries to find Chong but can't. Chong might have been under the post if that was a better pass. Still 0-0 after nearly 5 minutes. Thanuja takes on Melody Lee. Just hangs on to her ankle just for long enough. Dulani. She looks to go for a try every time she gets it, in fact. Again, gets tipped up by Kwong. Good defence from both sides here. On the 10, they've turned it. Melody Lee fires one out to Chan. There goes Chong Ka-Yan. Colleen Chosfold looking to team up with Tiger, Natasha Olsen-Thorne. Again, it's Hong Kong who just goes side to side, looking to probe up the middle now. Lost in contact though, so not much injection down the middle. Jed, line breaks, just looking to get on the outside, both these sides.
The one thing that marks this particular section for Hong Kong is they've got a very, very high work rate, these ladies. They may not have a real sort of punching power when it comes to ball in hand, but as you can see, they've got the ability to get down to that 22 line and just keep the lid on Sri Lanka, which is all important, as we know, against the Sri Lankan teams, because they can absolutely fly when they get going.
A double switch as they try and make some space for Delaney. Look at Olsen-Thorne come up there with a big upright smash, and she's... Oh, goodness me, that was unfortunate there. Just got their timing wrong. The big hit, the turnover, right on attack, and opportunity gone again. Looking to get a bit of territory now. They've plugged their way up towards about the 12 metres inside their own half, into the final minute of the first half. There she is, Chosfold. She'd make team of the tournament almost every time. She's got gas, she's got strength, she's got vision. One of the classy players that people like to watch play. It's not straight though. Quite a few youngsters in this squad. Don't forget on the bench we've got Poon Pak-Yan, Aggie Poon. 5 tries in Korea the other week. Some conversions to go with it to end up second top point scorer. Up goes Kwong. Chosfold, look at Dulani there, just firing out of the line. Here goes Chong Ka-Yan. She's got some wheels. Can she get on the outside? Oh, she gets a finger on the shirt there, defender, and it's well defended. Show to the line. Ho across to Melody Lee. Here's Kwong. Surely they can work something. Put someone in the gap there, and she reads it nicely. Kwong Sao-Yan. The ball in 2 hands. Probe the defence, and that's well finished. First try of this match. Match 3 on day 1 here in Colombo.
Tidy work from Hong Kong. They've had to work hard for the score. But eventually they've unpicked Sri Lanka. And again, some good passing there, setting Chong Ka-Yan away, as Tushfold's kick is good for the 2, so a converted try at the end of the first half. It's a good score for Hong Kong, and just a nice outside line run. Bit of a mismatch, ball in 2 hands, had support on the outside. They know how to play the game, this Hong Kong side. It's just how do they play the game together.
Important score indeed. Both these sides pretty evenly matched. Hong Kong
of course, Dialogue, who've been supporting Sri Lankan rugby like no other. And speaking of Dialogue,
will face Japan later in the day, so 2 big games for them today. Sri Lanka will face Korea.
For a monthly rental as little as 500 rupees. Now, if you don't have a Dialogue television connection, you can get a new Dialogue television.
Good afternoon to our viewers in Malaysia. Thanks for tuning in. Always good to have you on board. As the mother of Lindsay Vardy gets the old Bohemia Star in full swing.
Personal video recording feature PVR, picture in picture,
and there's no lack of enthusiasm there amongst the Hong Kong side. The young team looking to really come on.
First half of this game done, but it's a long way from being over. As the second half starts, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to make some noise and support the Lady Tuskers in their bid to be victorious in their first game of day 1 of the Asia Rugby 7 Series.
So back from the half-time break, and probably the big change is Aggie Poon coming into the field now for Hong Kong. And as we know, the Guy Wu Express, well, strike weapon extraordinaire.
Represented Hong Kong in the Asian Games as a sprinter and as a rugby player. And there's an early mistake. Backwards, says Hashimoto. But there's a little bobble eventually, so good restart from Chosfold. Got nice and under that one. No sun in the eyes today, and only minimal breeze down there. Perhaps one of the coolest legs of the series we've had in many years here at Colombo. It can be incredibly hot, and it can also be incredibly wet.
Set.
So a chance for Hong Kong. They want to put some daylight on Sri Lanka here. Olsen Thorne tries to get around the outside. Just scoots out of 1 or 2. Chosfold lolly one over the top there to Ho. Here goes Aggie Poon now. It's the 2 speedsters clash with Delaney.
Going away.
Here goes Olsen Thorne. She'll be hard to stop from here. Look at this. Too easy for Natasha. Olsen Thorne. Good vision, good eagerness, and well, just too very powerful, in fact. Good work, Hong Kong, to score early in the second half.
Nice set up here by Aggie Poon, drawing in the Sri Lankan player, drawing the penalty. And there'll be many players who would be thinking about ways of trying to stop Natasha Olsen Thorne from scoring that try. I'd suggest that the best course of action would be to stop her getting any closer to the goalpost. Aggie Poon cannot add the 2. 5 more for Hong Kong, and they're starting to take some ascendancy boozer.
Yep, 2 of the star players really in the squad, Poon and Olsen Thorne, veterans. The marquee players out there. There's a lot of youngsters coming through now, being mentored. Handing over of the baton almost. Here's Sri Lanka though. Let's not forget about them. They can finish from anywhere as well. Don't worry about that. They have to find one of their strike players though through Danuja or Thanuja. Dulani, sorry. And good defence there from Hong Kong. Taking that ball in to a maul and locking it up securely. So right on the 10 metre. They'll have a scrum with options either way. And with Olsen Thorne and Aggie Poon's right in the pocket out of your screen. She's right behind the scrum. Options either way. Really exciting part of the field to be in if you're an attacker. Got to get the scrum right though.
Easy. It's all right. Let's go. Crouch. Bounce. Set.
Oh,
Backwards.
oh,
Backwards
that's
game.
terrible. Made a bit of a mess of that, but it's gone backwards though twice. And they saved the day, but a golden opportunity there from set piece. Temporarily thwarted. Chan Si Ching on the halfway. Melody Lee just sums things up, calls Olsen Thorne back on the cut, who thumps hard into Sanjiwani. Wrapping round goes Kwong, and Kwong just stretching the defence, and they're coming from all over the place to get her down as Aggie Poon secures the ball. Jessica Ho, instrumental here. Love the facial expressions. Determination. Stephanie Chan's on in 10. They find the outside, Kwong Sao Yan, the try scorer. And as soon as that gap opened up, it closed down with 3 Sri Lankans tracking back. Surely they've got to find some space out here now. Straightening goes Jessica Ho, but another good tackle coming in. The Sri Lankan defence seriously thin and operating hard. And finally, Stephanie Chan finishes off a sweeping move way back from that scrum on halfway. Lovely stuff from the ladies from Hong Kong.
Relentless pressure from Hong Kong as we're watching. This is final moments again. The Sri Lankan defence, well, they've been asked to work a lot so far in this game, and on that occasion, fatigue just setting in. Aggie Poon can't complete the conversion, but there was just great build-up from Hong Kong. They've got no weapons in terms of extraordinary pace or massive strength, but what they do have is the ability to keep the ball and just keep creating pressure by recycling. They're an accurate team, Hong Kong. They're a busy team. They've opened up Sri Lanka out wide, and in the end, they've broken them up the middle by the goalpost. So, a good, strong period of play by Hong Kong. Combination starting to come together.
Hey!
Yes, we are aware that the feed has gone down a couple of times. Hope you're still with us on Facebook as Hong Kong come back again. 3 tries up, 17-0. Just a couple of minutes left in this fixture. Oh, and straightening up is Kwong again, and lovely work from this little dynamo player. Goes in for a brace, and that is how you restart after a kickoff. Sri Lanka just really falling off some tackles there. They must have made 100 tackles, and now they've missed a couple of easy ones in succession as Hong Kong put a bit of a buffer on here.
Extra 2 points for Hong Kong. Yeah, it's true. That's the trick about Hong Kong. They've got the ability just to keep the blowtorch on the one place, and that is just high defence at the end of the day. Sri Lanka, they've been courageous, and by and large they've been up to the task, but now Hong Kong starting to see the benefit of all that hard work at the beginning in the first half.
Stephanie Chan with the restart goes down the middle, sticks it too long for the chase to be a challenge, and Sri Lanka return it with interest. They haven't really fired a shot, have they, on attack? And you put that down to Hong Kong's defence, wouldn't you, as Olsen Thorne this time comes just belting out of the line there and joins up with Shamwai Sum. No room at all for Delani in 7. And that's a good run taking on 2 tackles. Here's Dulani. They've looked after her well, haven't they? Jessica Ho with the tackle this time. Aggie Poon comes across and chops down. Oh,
yes,
who's
fine.
done that? Stephanie Chan on the ground. Unbelievable work from Chan. And away comes Sham. She ain't the quickest, but she might just have enough to make it. Is she going to make it? No, what a tackle. Coming across Ayesha. And who's there? Is it Lindsay Varty? She's just come on the field and she dots down in the corner, the fresh legs, tracking up behind Sham there. Was never going to make it, was she? And what a turnover from Stephanie Chan.
Well, Lindsay Vardy represented Hong Kong in the Women's Rugby World Cup in Dublin. And back in the sevens lineup as Aggie Poon gets ready to try and convert. Vardy just sneaking on to the end of that movement. It's all about timing though, as Aggie Poon's conversion doesn't threaten the scoreboard, and Hong Kong have done all they need to do in this opening clash against Sri Lanka.
29 points to nil. It's another big one. It's another 0. 3 zeros in a row as we stand by